Behind every successful athletic program lies an invisible architecture of purpose, where compliance meets compassion, where organizing gear transforms into organizing lives, and where the pursuit of excellence extends far beyond the scoreboard. College athletics at HBCUs represents more than competition. It's a laboratory for leadership development, community impact, and personal transformation. The path from student manager to athletic administrator isn't just a career trajectory. It's a masterclass in discovering that your calling often emerges from the work that doesn't feel like work. What happens when someone who thought they were destined for law school finds themselves becoming the law on campus, interpreting regulations instead of statutes? Today, we explore how purpose reveals itself not in grand revelations, but in the daily choice to show up, organize chaos, and elevate others. Hi, Tabitha, and welcome to Impactors Out Loud. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to season 3 of Impactors Out Loud. Today, I have with me Tabitha Monroe, and she is here to she's an athletic director. I've been doing a lot of athletic directors lately, haven't I? And I am not an athletic person, nor do I really know a lot about sports, but I love learning from my guests, and especially they've all been women. So this is like really great. So Tabitha, again, welcome to Impactors Out Loud. Tell us a little bit about yourself through your cocktail.
All right. So, hello, everyone. Thank you guys for having me. I think this is amazing, everything you are doing, especially being that you have been interviewing a lot of women athletic directors. So, a little bit about me. I actually started college athletics back in 2018 when I was an undergrad at South Carolina State University. I was the head manager for the men's basketball team led by Coach Murray Garvin. And he accepted me as family. So he used to tell the players all the time how they respect the head coach, they have to respect the managers too. And that's today my family. Upon
One minute.
graduating South Carolina
I think
State.
we're going to have to wait. I think we're going to have to start over. I can't see your face at all. It's almost like you have a haze over your face. I think
Oh,
it's your internet connection.
let
So I
me
have
let
to
me
clip
see
this
if I
up. So
can.
if I clip it up, nobody's going to be able to see your face.
Oh yeah, no. Let me see if I can, because I came out of my office to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because if I was in my office, they would be knocking the entire time. Let me see if I can start sharing. Maybe. Unless you want me to just do it on my phone.
You can if it
Because I
would.
don't. The phone would be better anyway. And I'll just use the headphone. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm so sorry. I know your time is precious. I'm going to join back from my phone and just prop it
Okay.
up
No problem.
and use the headphone. Is that one?
I can't see you at all on the screen. The screen is blank. Okay, I can see you now.
It's a
I need to remove the other one you got from the studio. No, I don't want to kick you out. You close out your iPad. You're frozen completely.
Is that better?
I can see you better. Do me a favor and clean the front of your iPhone.
So I switched it to my laptop.
Okay, well, clean the laptop camera because it's a little hazy. Yep,
Sorry about that.
no problem. It happens. Okay, so let's reset and start over from the top. So, hey, everybody, and welcome back to season 3 of Impactors Out Loud. Hi, my name is Tracy B. Allen. I'm your host today, and today we have with us Tabitha Monroe, who is an athletic director at Shaw University. And she is here to talk to us about all the fabulous things that she does. And if you guys see a trend, you know that I've been interviewing a lot of female athletic directors, thanks to Monique Wells, who has been sending them my way. So I'm learning a lot, even though I'm not really into the sports field. It is great to learn something new. And these women are doing fabulous things. And I'm just so happy to have her here and to be able to interview her and find out how she got into this profession and how she's making change in our community. So, Tabitha, thank you for being here. And tell us, what is your cocktail?
Thank you for having me. This is great what you're doing. And a little bit about me, I'll get right into it. So I began college athletics back in 2018 as the head manager for the men's basketball team down at South Carolina State University. You know, go Bulldogs. Love my Bulldogs. I the head coach was Coach Murray Garvin. And he kind of took me under his wing and allowed me to be a part of the team for my last 2 years at the university. Upon graduation, head coach Bobby Collins, he is here at Shaw University now. He brought me here with him as a grad assistant. So he loved what I was doing at South Carolina State. I graduated, didn't know what I was doing in COVID year. Whew.
So,
COVID year.
what were you doing at South Carolina State?
So I went to undergrad for political science pre-law.
Oh,
That's what I got my
really?
undergraduate degree in. I minored in Spanish. I used to want to be a lawyer. And
Oh,
then I started working with the men's basketball team, and they stole my heart. And I really enjoyed what I was doing. So I
okay.
was like, why not make a career out of it? I followed Bobby Collins up here to Shaw. I ended up getting my master's of Christian leadership from Shaw University. Um,
Hmm.
but within my first year working with the men's basketball team here, AD George Knox, stole me from men's basketball and made me the administrative assistant for the department.
Okay.
We have a running joke through the apartment that AD Knox is a thief for stealing me from men's basketball, but it was for the better. And he has taken me under his wings and have been teaching me and training me in college athletics. And now I've just been promoted to associate athletic director for compliance and the senior woman administrator here on campus. So that's
Okay.
just a little bit about how I got to where I am.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So, what exactly attracted you to the athletic department? Like, were you playing a sport? Like, how did you get into that component of it?
So I used to say a long time ago, my end game was cooking and coaching. I grew up in a house of 5 boys, 2 girls. My parents had 7 kids
Hmm.
between us. I'm a preacher's kid, so all the church kids used to come to the house. Growing up, we used to play basketball, cook
Hmm.
Sunday dinner for everybody, and just enjoy the fellowship.
Hmm.
But we grew up playing sports as well, and basketball was one of those sports. My sophomore year, I ended up getting a job as the pastry chef at the country club in Orangeburg, and I just spent way too much time there my sophomore year working. And I really don't remember my sophomore year. I joke,
Really?
I did my assignments, I maintained my honors college degree,
Hmm.
but when it came to that work life balance, I didn't have a balance. It was work
Hmm.
all the time. So I would miss family functions. I would
Hmm.
miss just anything on campus because I go to class and go to work, you know.
Yeah.
But Bobby Collins got with student affairs on campus, and they sent an email out to all the students saying help wanted for men's basketball. So I showed up ready to go
Mhm.
in September, and I kept showing up and kept showing up, and it was easy to me to show
Mhm.
up, even though we was getting up. I was out at 5 o'clock every morning putting practice gear out.
Mm.
I'm the last person to go to sleep as I take the clothes home and wash the practice gear or the game gear. It just became easy and it was fun to me.
Really? Most people would think that that's not fun, but you thought that was fun. Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know,
Okay.
I take pride in my work.
Mhm.
So to set up the locker rooms and see,
Mhm.
even with the jersey and the shorts, to hang a jersey up, all the jerseys on one side, to lay the shorts out the exact same way, even on gear day, I'm opening gear and we having a gear reveal. I really enjoyed doing all of
So
that.
you like organizing, basically.
I really do.
You do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm assuming that what you just told us is what an athletic director does, or is it not? What exactly does an athletic director do? What is your
So
role?
my current role,
Hmm.
I'm the associate AD for compliance in the Senior Woman Administrator. In this role, I am supposed to, what I do, I certify student athletes. I look at their compliance, any compliance issues. I work with other institutions as students transfer in and out. Um, and I really brought it full circle. It's a full circle moment for me because I mentioned earlier, I got my undergrad degree in political science pre law.
Right.
With law, you read, you interpret, you
Lots of
apply.
contracts.
Right. So the same thing here with compliance, because compliance
Right.
is ever changing. I'm reading, I'm
Mhm.
interpreting, and I am applying these bylaws to
Mhm.
certify students to get them ready for competition.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's a far
mhm.
cry from organizing the locker room, though.
It is very far, but that's
Yeah.
the wonderful thing about working at a small HBCU.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people say your title is not really what you do,
Right.
but I do my title, but I do
Uh-huh.
so much
So much
more
more.
from
Hmm.
game operations. I
Hmm.
get to work with the bus drivers on transportation.
Hmm.
AD Knox is really allow me and is grooming me to be an AD one day. So
Hmm.
he's allowing me to look at the budget and do some budget stuff and then
Hmm.
just interacting with others. But also I get to work with our SAC students on campus, which is the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Um,
Okay.
so that committee is represented by student athletes from every team we have on campus.
Hmm.
I'm It's their program. I'm just the advisor. But right now we are really pushing community impact, growing and grooming the students as well. And then just trying to have athletics, give athletics more of a presence besides games and events on campus, you know.
Tell me a little bit about the community impact that you guys are trying to do, because I'm always interested in how athletes give back or learn how to give back to their community, because we see so often sometimes athletes grow up in impoverished or underserved communities. They leave and they just don't want to be bothered with going back. So how are you guys nurturing that within your athletes right now?
So one of the beauties of Shaw University is we are downtown Raleigh. And being
Okay.
downtown Raleigh, of course, we have a bunch of community centers. We have the homeless shelters downtown. We have a bunch of church groups. But
Hmm.
just just yesterday, for example, we had about 30 students
Hmm.
partner with the teen center and one of the community centers here in Raleigh, and they went and served at a book bag drive. The student
Okay.
athletes serve food. They help give out the book bags.
Hmm.
Um, Whatever stations they had, the student athletes was working it.
Okay.
And I know that may seem small to some people, but just their
Mhm.
presence alone helped. it puts Shaw University in the community. And not just that event, even this past year, we partnered with Dreamville for something called
Dreamville.
Dreamville. Yeah. So
Mhm.
Dreamville here in North Carolina, I don't know if you heard of the artist J. Cole.
Yes.
So it's his record label. He's from
Okay.
Fayetteville. And every year he have a festival, a music festival downtown Raleigh at Dorothy Dix Park, called Dreamville. So he
Mhm.
bring a bunch of people from his record label and then a few others to come and perform for 2 days at this big festival. But the label have made it into something more than just a music festival. They
Mhm.
had something called Dreamville University, where we hosted students on campus
Mhm.
for 2 sessions. They had a live question and answer, a live Q&A, or
Mhm.
how to get into the music business. And then they also had a session with one of their engineers here on campus. And our
Okay.
SAC students partnered with them, and they brought
Mhm.
high school students, other college students was welcome to come, and we were just the host institution, you know. But
Mhm.
those SAC students also got to interact with these producers too, and the artists as well, you know, just to
And
bring them.
you're involved in all of this.
Yes. I'm, I'm involved, but like I told them, I said, look,
Uh-huh.
this is y'all's committee.
Uh-huh.
This is your group. Y'all have to do the work. I'll
Uh-huh.
make the phone calls, I'll build the connections, I'll make the
So you're
introduction.
spearheading it.
I am. And I make the introductions, but I have also a
Mhm.
part of what I am learning in this role is delegating
Yes.
and removing myself completely for them to figure out. If you have a question, please let me know. I will help you. I will
Mhm.
answer it. I will tell you who you need to talk to and how you need to go about doing it. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, for your professional career, you have to do what you think you need to do to
Yeah.
make it
Building
happen.
leadership. You're teaching
Mhm.
them leadership skills. Yeah. Um, I do want to get back to, I know you're a preacher's kid, right?
Yeah.
So religion is deeply ingrained in everything that you do. And like you said, you did religious studies for your master's degree at Shaw
Mhm.
University. But at some point in time, you wanted to be a lawyer. Is that something that you would ever double back on and possibly go to law school or advance your studies in the legal field? Or are you just all in as an athletic director?
So the beauty, like I said, the beauty of compliance to me is I'm the law on campus. So I probably will not. I probably will not go back to school for that because,
Mhm.
full disclosure, I am in school now working on my
You are.
doctoral degree in higher education.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So
So you're
after,
looking to become a professor at some point in time.
mm-mm.
Oh.
Oh no, ma'am. Well, and see, I'm totally not against it.
Mhm.
I'm not against being a professor at all.
Just
It's just
securing your current position.
right
Got
now.
you.
Hmm. So
Makes sense.
if that's in God's plans for me,
Hmm.
then I give and I will do what He tell me to do. But
Hmm.
right now, I am not trying to be a professor. At least
Okay.
not. Hmm.
All right. So, besides being growing up as a preacher's kid, what made you do your master's degree in religious studies? What was the plan? What was the thought pattern that you were going through when you decided religious studies is what I want to do my master's in?
I am going to be real honest with you. Um, COVID year hit. We went to the MEAC in March. We came back. Everybody on campus was already gone. So they sent us home too. I was in my parents' living room when I graduated college, sitting on the step with my phone recording the TV as my picture popped up for graduation. So for like that month and a half, I honestly did not know what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
And when Coach Collins called me about coming up to Shaw with him, he told me to look into the program. So it was an education program and it was the divinity school.
Mhm.
Okay, so divinity will be a little easier or be more of my lane besides education because I know
Right.
I don't have the prerequisites for
Okay.
education. So
Mm-hmm.
I came up one day in July, applied to Divinity School. They accepted me, and the rest is history. So,
Okay.
yeah, I was definitely lost
Okay.
in
So
during that
basically,
time.
you just was like, I need to go back to school. I need to get a master's degree. Hey, I know the Bible. I know enough about what's happening in the religion. I can scale through this
Crazy
degree.
faith.
I mean, we've all done it. Okay, I
Crazy
think we've
faith.
all done it. Some of us have just done a degree because it's there, and we know it's an easy pass for us. We don't have to put too much into it, and we can get it done. So I totally understand that.
Now, I will say these professors definitely challenged me.
They did.
They definitely challenged my teachings,
Hmm.
and some of their theologies, but it was good. It was good.
Well, I think that's what education is supposed to do, is to help you think about things in a different manner, not just regurgitate what has been told to you, but to really see the bigger picture and figure things out for yourself. So, yeah. So, tell us, what else are you doing to help impact the community, either based on your job or outside? Like, do you have any outside ventures that you are participating in that really makes an impact in your community?
So there are a few things I do within the community, and not just with SAC, but with me personally.
Hmm.
I do like to go and volunteer with Parks and Recreation, just to help them where they need help.
Okay.
Uh, and then just other things like helping out with churches, or I might just be walking down the street and see someone who need help,
Hmm.
and I'll just stop and help and pray for them. But that's just kind of how I was brought up.
Raised.
Yeah. So um, it's crazy to see how a little girl from South Carolina, I've never imagined myself living downtown or working downtown anywhere, especially not the
Really?
capital. I never saw it in my plans. I tell
Hmm.
anybody, give me the house in the country, give me the land, I'm good, you know. But
But that's not your
definitely,
life currently. You're probably living in a condo or a loft or something downtown, and your life is just extremely busy. It's not laid back, sitting in your rocking chair on your front porch and just, yeah,
right,
drinking some Kool-Aid. That's not what's
right.
happening.
Yeah, no, not
Yeah.
at all. But
Hmm.
like, the biggest thing for me in trying to make an impact in the community, I realized I had a conversation with one of my professors
Hmm.
coming through, with getting my master's. And it was just one of those nights where he called me and was like, full disclosure, he said, Tab, you did not turn in this assignment. I'm waiting for it. I know you did it already. You've done all your other work. Why haven't you submitted this one? And I told Doc, I say, Doc, I'm not sure if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not
Hmm.
sure if I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. And he told me that I don't realize that I'm walking in my purpose. He said, I went from working with just men's basketball at South Carolina State, and then being asked to come to Shaw to work with men's basketball again.
Hmm.
Um, and now I look at it, I'm working not only with Shaw University student athletes, but with student athletes across the conference, which
Hmm.
to me is a blessing because God keep adding to my plate.
Hmm.
So when I'm with different student athletes, I have those conversations. What do you plan to do, or what do you want to do? You
Hmm.
know, you don't have to have it figured out right now because I didn't have it figured out. I definitely did not have it figured out. If you look
Right.
at, I tell anybody, you look at my resume, I'm a little bit confused, but it's coming full circle now. Um, so to me, the biggest thing have been I'm in my passion working with student athletes, and I'm
Hmm.
definitely walking in my purpose by helping everyone I encounter along the way. So,
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes
finding your purpose is hard. Sometimes you're doing things and you think, this is not what I wanted to do, but it's actually what you're supposed to be doing. So I think a lot of people get that confused. It took me a while too to figure that out. So I totally understand like being like, this isn't what I set out in this world to do, but I keep falling back into the same thing, you know? So maybe
Yeah.
this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I excel at it and it helps a lot of people. So sometimes we have to understand that the things that we really want to do sometimes are maybe just our hobbies and not really what we're supposed to be doing to make a living or make change in this world. So yeah. All right. Well, it was really great getting to know you. So I have two questions that I ask all the time before people leave.
Mhm.
And the first question is, what makes you an impactor? And I think you kind of told us, but you can tell us again.
So let's see. um, One of the things that make me an impactor is I believe in empowering. I believe in encouraging. I believe in pushing. Not just students, but our coaches too. I know I haven't mentioned my coaches. I love my coaches, but I believe in empowering them and pushing them to be more than what they can't see at the moment,
Mhm,
to do more, you know. And then I like to bring a fresh perspective to them or a different perspective. Um, and especially put them in rooms where they typically would not be in. Make introductions, help them network. And I'm not saying I know everybody because I do not know everybody. But if I do know somebody, I don't mind making that connection and pushing them and allowing them to go and form their own connections with people.
mhm.
So I think that's my biggest way to be an impactor. It's just the introductions.
Okay. So
Um,
you're a connector.
yes,
Yeah.
I am.
That's good. No, everyone, I teach a class on networking, right? How to
Hmm.
get people to network effectively because you can network and then there's effective networking. And one of the things I always say is that every business person needs a connector in their lives, right? Because you may not be an extrovert, you may be an ambivert, you may be an introvert. And even if you are an extrovert, it doesn't make you a connector. A connector is
Mm.
a special type of person. And every business person needs a connector in their life. Someone who knows a lot of people and can introduce them in the way that they need to be introduced so that something good can happen and they can start building those relationships. So being a connector is a great thing. Yeah. The last question would be if you had to give three pieces of advice, it could be a tip, strategy, whatever, to the audience about life or athletics or just following your passion and your dream, because you talked about all of those things. So if you had to leave us with three pieces of advice, what would those three things be?
The first would definitely be put God first in everything. Because without him, it would be no Tabitha Monroe. The second one would definitely be bloom where you're planted.
I like that.
I had to take that to heart.
Hmm.
It's not always easy, but just bloom wherever you're planted. And then the third one would be sometimes elevation requires separation, and that is okay. Be okay with being separated, especially if it's for your own elevation.
I love it. I love all three of them. I think I especially love bloom where you're planted. Yeah. I tried to explain that to one of my friends the other day, but I think how you said it is that's perfect. Bloom where you're planted. All right, Tabitha, thank you for joining us today on Impactors Out Loud. And the last thing before we leave is tell the audience how they can get in contact with you if they wanted to, if you wanted to answer questions or how they can follow you on social media.
So I am on LinkedIn, Tabitha Monroe. I am on Facebook. If you want my email or my office number or even my work cell, you can find that on shawbears.com in the staff directory. Or you can just call Shaw University and ask for Tabitha Monroe, and they will help you find me.
All right. Again, Tabitha, thank you so much for being my guest on Impactors Out Loud Season 3. You were my first guest for Season 3, actually. So thank you for being my guest. And until next time, everyone, stay impactful and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.